So Sweden's Gustafsson is 30. Brazil's Teixeira is 37. Gustafsson towers at 6'5", and the Mauler will have a 3-inch reach advantage. For the main event introductions, here's Joe Martinez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live around the world from Ericsson Globe Arena here in Stockholm, Sweden. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The main event of the evening. 5 rounds scheduled, this in the UFC light heavyweight division. Sanctioned by the Swedish Mixed Martial Arts Federation, your 3 judges scoring at octagon side. Ben Cartledge, Andreas Gruner, and Andy Roberts. And when the action begins inside the octagon, your referee in charge, Mark Goddard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the world is ready. Sweden, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a jiu-jitsu practitioner with a background in kickboxing. At 6 feet 2 inches tall, he weighed in officially 206 pounds. In 31 professional bouts, his record, 26 victories and 5 defeats. Fighting out of Danbury, Connecticut, USA, by way of Sobralha, Brazil, here is the world's #2 ranked light heavyweight contender, Glover Teixeira! And his opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker and ground and pound specialist. At 6 feet 5 inches tall, he weighed in officially 205 pounds. His professional record, 17 victories and 4 defeats. He is the #1 ranked light heavyweight contender in the world, the fighting pride of Stockholm, Sweden, Alexander the Mother Gustafsson!
Okay, gentlemen, you understand the rules you're fighting under. You're listing at all times, you keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you stop. Touch gloves, let's do this.
Here it is, the #1, Alexander Gustafsson versus the #2, Glover Teixeira. It doesn't get much bigger than this. We are scheduled for a maximum 5-minute rounds of action. Mark Goddard draws the main event assignment.
We're in, John.
We are, and as if you needed reminding, Gustafsson in the black, Teixeira in the white.
Here we see the footwork immediately of Gustafsson, staying on the outside, forcing Glover Teixeira to contend with that reach advantage. We're looking for the uppercut and the knee. That's what we're expecting in this fight from Gustafsson. Oh, a nice low kick, chopping low kick as he steps across. Immediately we see Teixeira crowding, stepping in, close range. Clinches Alexander Gustafsson. Now we get to see his wrestling skills.
Teixeira switches his body position around. High amplitude throws. Reminds me of that first round with Daniel Cormier.
Gustafsson straight back to his feet. He's been in the air a few times before, John. Nice and light on his feet, very relaxed. Taking the pressure of this humongous event in his stride.
The All-Stars team very much working on that footwork on the outside, hand speed, and really precise striking. They never have any concerns over Gustafsson's energy and gas tank.
Exactly what we expected from Glover Teixeira, closing that range down as quickly as possible, trying to find his way in a safe manner so he can land those short, tight, left hook, right hand combinations that he likes so much.
Gustafsson has probably struggled a little bit with motivation after such big losses, such close losses in huge fights. But he seems to be back to his very best, fully motivated.
3 single punches in a row, a jab, an uppercut, and a right hand. All landed clean for Gustafsson. Just glanced off the head of Glover Teixeira, but he's certainly finding his range early.
Speaking with his head coach, Andreas Michael, and he told me that if Alex can find that that gym form that he has, if he can translate that into the octagon, he said he beats anyone on any night.
I believe
it is just tuning him up for that.
I believe it, John, but we can't take any credit away from Glover Teixeira. He has all the tools to dispatch any of these light heavyweights as well.
Teixeira with very, very heavy hands. Looks massive, massively wide in that octagon. What he did to Rashad Evans is just moving around my mind at the moment. He closes the distance very well and can unload with devastating power.
There's always a danger with Glover Teixeira when you're backed up against it. Oh! Oh, we have an eye poke.
Well, that came with some considerable force. That looks very painful indeed.
There you are. Glover, stay here. Stay here. Be quiet. I watch. Coach your fighter, not me. The hand was open, you watch.
A clear eye poke there as Alex was pushing away.
Glover, you don't have time. The doctor will tell me his eyesight's okay.
How do you feel?
You don't have time. Tell me his eyesight is okay.
Are you okay or not okay?
Glover, can you see?
No, I'm gonna fight, yeah. Good, then we'll fight.
He has no injury?
No injury.
Thank you.
Fair play to Glover Teixeira. The answer to the question was, I'm going to fight. We expected nothing less.
Time in and the fighters engage. Still in the first round.
Nice chopping low kick again. We can see some redness and a little swelling around the eye of Teixeira.
Very unfortunate when that happens.
Oh, a stinging right hand dislodged the mouthpiece of Glover.
There was never any question whether Teixeira was going to get straight back into this fight.
No, no. You'd have...
Oh, what a huge uppercut from Gustafsson.
Glover Teixeira finds himself on the business end of the Alex Gustafsson uppercut. Really nice work. Finds his way in through the guard. Beautiful, elusive footwork, making it difficult for Glover Teixeira to pin him down and land anything significant.
Gustafsson looking to reset inside the octagon each time. He has the energy levels to be able to do that as well, Dan. He will do that all night, and it's a lovely Travolta, followed up by a right hand.
The speed is definitely on Alex Gustafsson's side. He just has to keep the space from Teixeira. He does not want to get drawn into a trade like he did in the Daniel Cormier fight. Oh,
another uppercut there from Gustafsson. Teixeira eats it like a piece of fruit.
Just for a second, oh, nice spinning back kick by Gustafsson. Just for a second, Glover Teixeira was in on a single leg, but he decided not to chase it. A nice elbow there over the top.
Oh, look at Gustafsson really enjoying his work, getting into that flow state nice and early, where everything just comes together.
Nice
drilling with the
movement.
likes of Jimmy Manua, Phil Davis, Ili Latifi, and also a shout to Jonathan Vestin as well, a welterweight contender they have in that gym who they look to for that quick movement.
Nice feint from Gustafsson there, lowering his level, looking for a single leg just for a second to give Glover Teixeira something else to think about. Oh, nice combination, pushing
Last
forward.
10 seconds. Closing moments of this round. Quick break for us. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Listen, you are looking beautiful. You can't see nothing with this shit. Listen, every time he coming in, use your combination. Use your combination. Use your combination, buddy. Come on.
Tá chegando muito perto, já bate pouquinho mais de longe, com 3 socos. Tá encurtando, já dá pra pegar mais de longe.
You looking beautiful in there. Put your combination together.
That must have been a very frustrating first round for Glover Teixeira. He got the big takedown, a massive expenditure of strength, but just couldn't keep hold of Alex Gustafsson, who then started to find his shots very cleanly. Nice right hand, nice uppercut, finding his way to the chin of Glover Teixeira, using that speed advantage.
you. Thanks. Alex, can you pull me your left hand? Okay? I want you to keep it closed, please, all right? Not parallel to the floor, okay? Thank you.
So Teixeira communicating with his corner that he couldn't see out of that eye. Mark Goddard issued a warning to Gustafsson, keeping those fingers pointing towards the ceiling if possible.
Good work from Glover Teixeira to start with, trying to establish his jab. If he can work in behind that jab, he may be able to land his right hand that we know has power in it.
Statistically, Teixeira has better striking accuracy and defense than Gustafsson, though he is a little less active.
Oh, I feel that elbow landed, John. I think Glover Teixeira's on the back foot. I see a small stream of blood from the eyebrow of Gustafsson. Something landed there as well.
Well, this was always going to be a war, Dan. What a treat to have it here. John Gooden, Dan Hardy in commentary for this main event, live from Stockholm, Sweden.
Gustafsson seemingly having his way with Teixeira at the moment. The nose is bloodied. The reach is not enough to land the punch.
When the UFC rankings were first created, Glover Teixeira debuted at number 6 and has never slipped lower than that ranking. Gustafsson, on the other hand, debuted at 4 when the rankings began and has never been lower than that.
That uppercut is a ferocious weapon of Gustafsson. It's so fast. He hides it so well. There are no tells at all, because you can see, watch his right elbow, watch how tight he keeps it to his midsection. There's no flaring of the elbow. There's nothing to tell that that punch is coming. So he sneaks it up. It's almost like a shovel punch, similar to what Robbie Lawler uses.
Gustafsson really riding those punches as well. Oh, lovely, the way he sneaks that uppercut through, but that's the danger of Teixeira. He will seek you out with long hooks. And if you turn your back like Gustafsson's doing, you're just going to have no idea that they're coming, Dan.
That's very true. Oh, a spinning elbow!
Huge spinning elbow! A rally here from Gustafsson puts Teixeira on his butt. But how tough is Glover Teixeira right back to his feet?
I think he climbed to his feet at the same time as everybody else in the arena, John. Gustafsson now finding his feet in this fight, pushing forward with aggression.
What a battle we have here unfolding before us. Round number 2, and you can already see the damage being done. Such a high-stakes fight as well.
Good body work from Glover Teixeira. A lot of blood coming from that nose. If the eye is a problem, the nose is also a problem. He may be breathing out of his mouth and looking through one eye now. Oh, there's the knee.
Gustafsson with that clinch, then the knee and uppercut. Spearing through with that left hand, showing lots of different looks with his stances as well, Dan.
Feints the takedown as well, just to continue giving Glover Teixeira other things to think about.
Teixeira bobbing and weaving.
So difficult to predict what Alex Gustafsson's going to do. He's fast, he's unorthodox. He has a whole selection of tools he can use.
I asked him if, and this is Glover, if he would try and bring some Mike Tyson-like striking, and he said actually no, because the knee and the uppercut is such a great tool for Gustafsson.
He recognises the danger of getting into that punching range, which means he needs to transition through that very quickly and get his hands on Gustafsson. Nice teep to the midsection. Oh, that was a big power punch from Glover Teixeira. Gustafsson's not having this all his way.
Laser focus from Teixeira.
Oh, very nice.
Had his jaw rattled there, but answers back with 2 stiff jabs.
2 good jabs from Glover Teixeira. Looked like he gestured to Gustafsson for a second. That makes me nervous when he drops his head like that, John.
Going high there with the kick is Teixeira. I noted that he only ever throws a leg kick 0.5% of the time. I would have thought it would be a useful tool in trying to slow down that movement of Gustafsson, but it's certainly not in his style as Gustafsson sets up that big right following the jab.
Oh, winging the uppercut there, ducks out of the way, sprints away from Glover Teixeira, whose frustration is showing on his face through the blood and the sweat.
Teixeira looking to get inside and do some damage. Final seconds here in this round. Lovely work from both fighters. Dan, talk us through this quite excellent combination from Gustafsson.
Well, what's beautiful about watching Gustafsson fight is he starts outside of punching range. I mean, that was a spinning elbow from outside of punching range, which really goes to show how much distance he can cover, and then pushing forward after that, finding his punches, finding his feet in very different stances, stepping from southpaw to orthodox, opening up power shots on either side. Here we are, southpaw with a right hook, then he skips through to orthodox. Big power punches, beautiful work here. A credit to Glover Teixeira for getting back to his feet there, but it was certainly a tougher round for him than the first.
You're working now. Take your shot.
Move. Take the center of the octagon. Let's go. Movement.
Guys, Sal, come on, man. Come on, man.
Slight delay to the start of the round as Mark Goddard towels down Glover Teixeira.
Round 3, guys. Ready, turn in. Let's go.
Round number 3.
There's very much a feeling from the Alexander Gustafsson camp that this may be the round that he does the business. Oh, he looks to have found his measure of Glover Teixeira now.
Teixeira came through very strong at the end of the round, though, Dan.
He did.
A lot of these shots seem to be bouncing off of him as well.
Every time Gustafsson steps into Teixeira's punching range, he's always in danger. Oh, there's the uppercut. Go!
2 uppercuts!
Teixeira's down!
And the baller bears down over Teixeira.
Mark Goddard having a good look. We see echoes of the Jan Blachowicz fight. Gustafsson bearing over his opponent in the guard. Watch for that can opener grip. Watch for those elbows.
Gustafsson looking for opportunities to land these strikes. Teixeira wobbled on his back, trying to neutralize the arms.
You've got to wonder, John, what can Glover Teixeira do from this
Big
position?
elbows here
The
from
arms,
Gustafsson.
the arms of Alexander Gustafsson. Oh, what
Coming
a massive
through.
elbow!
Teixeira, he's facing a hailstorm of elbows without an umbrella.
Oh, my goodness. He spins for the armbar, but that allows Alexander Gustafsson to posture up.
Yeah, no dice on that, although he gets the underhook coming out the back door. There is just no quit in the Brazilian.
Beautiful work from Teixeira, nothing but heart in this man. Deserving of that #2 ranking in this division full of sharks.
The Ericsson Globe must be full of respect for the travelling fighter. Gustafsson didn't do a lot wrong there either, Dan.
No, he didn't. This is great work from Teixeira just to clear his head a little bit. There's that outside reap that we see. Now he's in half guard.
A Sotogari there against the fence. And Gustafsson, top half guard, looking to isolate an arm. Again, Teixeira diving down for that deep half. He's got to be careful that he doesn't give up his back.
We know Gustafsson's got a good rear naked choke, especially if Glover Teixeira's got a foggy head at the moment. He has to watch he doesn't give those hooks up if he's on the floor again. Oh, there's the knee.
Halfway through the round.
Nothing but heart from Glover Teixeira. This is absolutely unbelievable. And he marches forward with his hands up. How much more can he take from Gustafsson?
A very different fight to the great performance he had against Jared Cannonier.
Beautiful slip to the outside from Gustafsson. Pivots around and takes control of the center. Front kick to the midsection.
Just the smallest of margins at this level, Dan, isn't it?
It really
Such
is.
different styles, however.
It really is. It's so fascinating to see how the different styles match up. From the very... Oh, here we go again. Glover stayed out of the way of those, but they were only...
Oh, dear,
the
another
uppercut.
uppercut. We really have reached a crescendo with this bout. Nice long jab. And then long front kick behind it from Gustafsson. Can these fighters keep up this pace?
I really feel, John, like the background of Glover Teixeira is much more based in the traditional style of boxing, the traditional style of jiu-jitsu, which is where he may be falling short here, because Gustafsson's not coming with boxing. He's not coming with any kind of style of martial art. He's using whatever works. And with that long range and that speed advantage along with the footwork, he's able to weave in and out and punish Glover Teixeira without really being touched a great deal. Oh, there it is again.
Look at Teixeira biting down on his mouthpiece, beckoning on the mauler.
There's the knee. Amazing work from both men, but it's the speed of the speed of Gustafsson and the heart of Glover Teixeira.
Such skill and determination on display here as Gustafsson with such a nice flow to his hands. A real lovely lexicon of striking there with his boxing.
Oh, that was a beautiful kick to the lead leg, establishing that distance again. We're seeing a bit more of a battle for the center all of a sudden, John. Gustafsson seems to be standing his ground a little more. I think he can feel Glover Teixeira slowing. The fight's draining out of him.
Gustafsson puffing his cheeks as well in this third round. Coming to the end of this, we're going to take another short break. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Give me that seat. Listen, put this back, fix it up. The only time you get hit is when you don't move your head inside. Okay? Catch your wind. Okay? And work yourself inside there. Don't just wait. Don't just stay in front of him. Don't let him get caught.
So look at this work here. Alexander Gustafsson finding his range with that uppercut and then follows on with a second one. Really good work. Glover Teixeira just for a second stiffened on his feet, but then once he was on the floor, the bearing down of Alexander Gustafsson really paid dividends with those elbows. But Gustafsson, nothing but heart as Glover Teixeira pushes forward and beckons the punishment.
Four guys ready, let's go. Fight.
Championship rounds.
Amazingly, Glover Teixeira looks quite fresh. Oh, beautiful body kick.
Superb conditioning from the man fighting out of Danbury, Connecticut. Runs his own gym, teaches a bunch of fighters now. That wasn't originally the plan.
Nice drag right hook across the midsection from Gustafsson. Possibly a focus on the body in this round with the body kick. Oh, a nice body kick return by Glover Teixeira.
Everything that Teixeira lands is with massive power. Much more volume there from the mauler Gustafsson.
Feint low, straight right across the chin.
Gustafsson is one of 3 light heavyweights in UFC history to throw more than 100 significant strikes in 2 or more contests.
Very impressive, the work rate of these big gentlemen.
Teixeira has the most light heavyweight finishes since 2012. He is one scary individual. And much like Daniel Cormier said after his fight with Gustafsson, these kind of fights change men.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They teach you about yourself. They teach you what you have when you dig deep, when you need to dig deep.
Oh, big elbow over the top from Gustafsson.
They teach you what you do when your back's up against the fence, when you sat on your heels and your legs are gone. Oh, and a takedown effort from Gustafsson puts him in the clinch with Glover Teixeira.
Nice vice grip there from Gustafsson, but Teixeira manages to get over under.
See if Gustafsson looks for that trip takedown again, the outside reap, which he likes to use against the fence, or possibly even sets up that rising knee, which we saw in the Jimmy Manuwa fight. Listen to this crowd, John.
We have no choice, Dan. I can barely hear you. Fantastic atmosphere here inside the Ericsson Globe. A very intimidating building, actually. The top seats really bear down on you. Lovely combination as they separate from Gustafsson.
Alex must be wondering what what he has to do to put Glover away in this fight.
You could almost draw a grid on the way that he's throwing these shots, Dan. They're straight up or straight across.
Snap front kick blocked by Glover Teixeira. Tries to push forward again. Nice body shot there from Glover Teixeira. Right hook. Alexander attempts a knee but misses.
Huge responsibility of carrying this main event. Second biggest Swedish sports star is Gustafsson. Nice boxing there from Gustafsson. Let's listen in to see what Teixeira's corner is saying.
Head movement! Head movement! Hands up! Keep those hands up!
Vão cruzar, Globo. Recebe ele cruzando de esquerda. Recebe ele cruzando de esquerda.
Such unusual angles. Oh! Unbelievable! What a beautiful uppercut. Really snapped the head back of Glover Teixeira.
He threads that uppercut through the defenses of Teixeira quite beautifully. Teixeira surely waiting for Gustafsson to just miss a beat so that he can close that distance or find him on the end of one of his big hooks.
Always dangerous is Teixeira. Left hand lands for Gustafsson. Sting in the nose again.
Oh, they had a bit of a clash of heads there.
They did. Oh, and again! What is keeping Glover on his feet? The wear is obvious. Glover Teixeira, mouth open.
Last 10 seconds of round number 4. Again with the uppercut is the mauler. Let's check out what they're saying in the blue corner with Glover Teixeira.
Listen, we way behind on the front. Okay? The only way we're going to get this, we got to put pressure on it and move your head inside.
Why don't you wipe his nose?
Okay.
Put that fan on his shoulder.
Yeah. Okay.
Drop this here. Drop this here.
Okay.
Wipe his nose. Wipe his nose.
Vamos trabalhar, tem que dejarlo todo aí mesmo. Keep moving your head inside.
Låt inte han pressa dig för mycket. Du vet, varje gång du börjar, han har inget, förstår du?
You have to pressurize him. Every time he starts, he doesn't have it.
Du har fattat det, eller?
You understand that, right?
Du har det här nu.
You have this. You have this.
Alltid var först.
Be first. Keep your distance, be first.
Fifth and final round. Thank you, Carly. What have you taken from listening into the corners, Dan?
Well, they feel like Gustafsson is really taking control of this fight and they would like him to continue when he starts to land clean shots. They can see Glover Teixeira rock back onto his heels and they feel that if Gustafsson pushed forward, he may be able to initiate at least a knockdown, if not a finish. For Glover Teixeira, it's all or nothing in this last round. I don't think I've seen a round where I felt he won. His nose looks broken to me. He looks like he's really got... I mean, he still looks fresh, John. He's still moving very well like he was in the first round. But his face is telling a different story.
Well, he has a 6'5" puzzle in front of him. And he's yet to unravel it. He's had some success, but I think you're right, Dan. Gustafsson could well be getting ahead on the scorecards. Really demonstrating the gold standard of MMA striking tonight.
I would be fascinated to know what's going on in Daniel Cormier and John Jones's head right now.
Oh, a big
possibly the best
2-1 there
punches
from Teixeira.
Possibly the best punches of Glover Teixeira, from Glover Teixeira so far. You have to wonder what DC and Jones are thinking right now if they've seen improvements in... Oh! Oh! Unbelievable!
There it is!
Glover Teixeira goes down!
Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson with a huge knockout at home here in Stockholm.
It seemed to be only a matter of time before that uppercut did the business, and there it was. Immediately Gustafsson goes over to Teixeira, his fallen foe. Unbelievable fight. Really, really impressive from Gustafsson as he climbs the octagon and celebrates in this Viking community surrounding him.
He pulled that uppercut from out of the grave to floor Glover Teixeira.
Great work, listening to his corner team, listening to Andreas Michael. If you land that uppercut, if you see Glover Teixeira's hurt, continue with that. Have belief in those combinations and push forward. Get him on his heels, and then a couple more shots will finish the deal. And that's exactly what happened tonight. The uppercut works, he followed it with a series of combinations. Beautiful. So the story was the same from the first round to the last, but there's the uppercut. Really nice. Such long-range punches. Slips out to the side to readdress the situation, pick his angle, and then steps in. He knew the job was done when Teixeira went down that second time. Look at that, his legs are gone. He needed one more punch, and there it was, right at the side of the chin. Glover Teixeira, to his credit, just could not take any more. Absolutely beautiful performance by Alexander Gustafsson, and surely gives him confidence going into a title shot in the near future.
Well, let's make this one all official and send it inside the octagon with Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially. 1 minute, 7 seconds, round number 5. Your winner by knockout victory, the fighting son of Stockholm, Sweden, Alexander "The Mullet" Gustafsson.